is the, what is his name that is doing the gas station?
Jolly.
Jolly, is he taking care of, I guess, all of it right there by his, with his construction?
As far as I know, he is, yeah.
Yeah, I talked to Jeremy about it, and that's what he told me, is that the local was taking care of that portion, so we didn't include that as part of that.
Yeah, all the way around to the driveway, I know he is. We've been talking about this other section. I think we've got worked out now, so, he doesn't plan on doing any of that area like the Richmond planned.
So what is your recommendation, to do both?
Yeah, I'd like to do the whole road, because half of this is paid by Tarrant County.
Well, I understand that, but
Yeah.
every road we do is that way, right?
Well, yeah,
the
every road
with
we
the curb
do
and
is
gut.
on the 50-cent deal.
Marvin,
Curb and gutter as well?
Curb and gutter as well. I talked to them the other day about it, be sure.
So they're gonna pay an independent contractor?
So
It's a bond, it's a transportation bond.
So technically the bid's 600,000,
yes,
and we're only paying 300?
300 something.
And where's that money coming from?
We've got a bond too.
Oh, our bond, okay.
Yeah.
I think long has been one of the biggest complaints of people, besides Yale.
Yeah, let's not forget about that.
I got two people on Yale, so.
And meandering, and...
Three.
They're all coming.
Okay, are you looking for a motion?
Yes, sir, we need to go forward with the project if the council so wills.
Make a motion to approve the engineer's recommendation of order for the Long Avenue.
We have a second?
It's called paving improvements, is that curb and gutter?
Yeah, it's all part of the pavement project.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Appreciate you coming out and informing us on all this, how to spend our money.
Sitting through the whole meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, you might hang around, it's gonna get interesting here.
So, Paula, the page 60, then that just shouldn't have been in here at all? Is that what you're saying?
I don't have page numbers in mine.
Or the memo that talks about the paving of Roberts Cutoff and Merritt?
No, that is coming up.
That's a different deal.
Different.
M.J. Thomas is put in that same section.
What number on the agenda is it? Oh, the 13th.
13th,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm good.
Oh, okay. We're lost.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 12 is discussion and or action on EDC recommendation from the September 25th, 2023 EDC public hearing to continue, renew, contract, and or fund the agreement with Fort Worth Transportation Authority for bus and paratransit service. Did you talk to them today?
Yes, I did. I spent quite a while talking to them today. And they started out by telling me that it was due at the beginning of each fiscal year, and I said that's not in the contract. And so we talked it out, and come to find out, it was right that it goes through March, so there's no money right now due or payable except for on your access program.
Meaning we've already paid for the bus.
We've already paid through March.
Okay.
So, what took place last night at EDC, they basically made the decision to go on and like to go with the bus service if it was possible through March, and then at that point they would strictly be for the transit-only contract going forward after that.
Disabled only.
Sir?
Disabled only.
Yeah, yeah. And so, as we are now, the only action I need to take is send them a notice that we don't intend to renew the bus part of it in March. I have to do that. And then during this year, you can negotiate. If you want to look into something with the bus, you certainly can.
They
And
didn't offer nothing?
not at this point, no. They said we would negotiate. That
So-
was their words.
The people that aren't on the EDC probably don't realize that they kind of came back with a counter offer. You know, we have to pay an unknown amount for removing the signs and the shelter and all that. Part of this agreement is we don't have to pay to remove those.
Right.
And they came back now saying that we could just do strictly mids, where they were telling us that the.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought that, we were told we could.
The fee per trip has gone up now to do this. It's $40 per trip. Our residents only pay $4 instead of $7.
Yes, sir.
Is that per trip, like to and from, or just to?
Well, that's a gray area because it says
To
Two?
and back.
Okay, but did you get confirmation on that? Did we pay the 80 or did we just pay the 40 and then Fort Worth?
No, we pay the 80.
Well, the contract says that we only pay when when it starts here and goes elsewhere, we pay it. If it starts in Fort Worth and comes here, we don't pay
But that's not what he just said.
I
Yeah,
understand.
but
I'm
if
just
it's
telling
in
you,
Fort
in the
Worth,
contract,
yes.
that's what it says, so we still
That's
need to
if it
question.
originates in Fort Worth.
Starts.
Starts in Fort Worth.
So if I was to use it,
They're considering it a round trip.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, it starts. That makes sense. It's not really how it reads.
because I thought the way it reads is we pay 40 and then whenever they
Yes.
call it back from Fort Worth takes care of the 40.
That's exactly what I read. But I understand if you're gonna consider that a round trip, I get that.
The example would
But
be,
there's other things
you
you
went
can
to the
read
doctor
real
and your car broke down, and you called MIT, and you were in Fort Worth, you called MIT to bring you back, and Fort
Fort Worth
Worth
pays
would be
for it,
on
right?
the hook. We would.
Yeah, because that happens a lot at where I work out, because they'll get a ride up there, but then they get left there because they have to be there for so many hours. And then their ride leaves or whatever, so then they call MIT, which is kind of a gray area, because I hear you have to do a 3-day advance notice to them to say, hey, I'm gonna need a ride. And so, yeah.
So I think we should give an overview to the ones that were, these
Yes.
two guys were there.
Very good meeting last
These
night.
two ladies were not. Because there was a lot said, and we have to summarize it, obviously.
Yes,
But
definitely.
at the end of the day, where it ended up with is, and what we figured out was, it's the council that takes action to either continue or not continue the
Okay.
contract. It's not the EDC.
Okay,
EDC is a funding mechanism.
right.
Yeah,
And this is,
EDC
this is
agrees
the
or
flag
doesn't agree to
that
pay for it.
Charles was kept waving, you know, this is and others at times, it's a council decision. If the council wants the EDC's money for this, they need to ask us for it, and then we'll, we'll decide yea or nay. But before we get to that, I guess, the mechanics of the numbers, I think probably make a difference. So, Marvin has budgeted $36,000 for transit for the new year. Okay, that consists of $12,000 for the bus, regular bus, and about $24,000 for bids to come up to $36,000. So, one thing to look at is, I think it's good to look at the number per resident just to know what it is. So 36,000 divided by 8,000 residents of River Oaks. Not everybody uses it, but that's what the cost is per resident. It's $5.75 for the year,
Okay.
what that is. So then, based on, if you drop the bus, the regular bus, they say that they will provide mints at a higher rate. So instead of it being basically $32 per trip, under this renegotiated amount, which we'd have to do because we're canceling the old contract, then it goes to $40 per trip, okay? So that's an increase of, of about $8.50 technically between those two numbers. So what you're doing is dropping regular bus and increasing the MITs, potentially going forward. So Marvin had budgeted for 654 MITs trips. Now, we don't know if we cancel the regular bus, we'll